What's going on, y'all? It's Paul. I pull up to the house, bringing you the much awaited for second episode of my Rebuilding a Contender series on NBA 2K13. This is featuring the Dallas Mavericks, and in this particular video, I titled it the Wheelin and Dealin episode because that's exactly what I did. I made plenty of moves. You see here, actually, in the last video, I was contemplating who I was going to trade Sean Marion for because I want to get his contract off the books. Definitely Vince Carter's another asset. He's a 1 year deal that I'm looking to get rid of as well. And Anthony Morrow, he's an overpaid, just a long range shooter that I'm looking to get rid of. So as you see, I throw Sean Marion into the trade finder to see what I can get. There's Jeff Green, which I really consider doing this because he'd be a young replacement for Sean Marion. Does a lot of the same things, can hit the occasional long range jump shot, play some tough defense, rebound, etc. Alfred Aminu, as bad as he is, I thought about just trading him to the Hornets or Pelicans in the near future, just for some cap relief. Then I ran across Indiana. Indiana is very interesting because they have a lot of different young pieces that I could, I wouldn't mind bringing back some salary cap in order to make my team better. If I'm getting rid of a 34-year-old small forward like a Sean Marion, I wouldn't mind bringing back a young guy like a Roy Hibbert or Paul George if that was possible. Right now, they're only offering Ian Mahimi and Gerald Green, but I decided to go directly to the trade screen to see what I can get. It's not like the online associations where you have to propose a deal and then wait like a day for you to hear back to let you know immediately what you got. So I said, why not? If I can go ahead and add a guy, like a Roy Hibbert who tore it up in the playoffs this year. Why not? He'd be a center to go along with our superstar power forward Dirk Nowitzki, and let's see if we can get him. Right now, I'm offering Sean Marion and Brandon Wright. They countered back and they want Roddy Bobois and a draft pick, and they'll throw in Gerald Green. I'm not really interested in Gerald Green just because I don't know. It's not my team, so it's not like I need him to cheese and knock down threes, even though he doesn't really do that in real life. But that's neither here nor there. So I really want to get Hibbert, and I'm gonna up the stakes a little bit. They actually come back with the same deal, and it was getting frustrating to a point where I had to back out and try it again just to see. I think I eventually go to the trade finder and just see what they want for Hibbert and take it from there. Let's see what I did. And while we're doing that, I want to say big ups to my boy Cooper. His name will be, or his link will be in the channel. He made the banner for my channel that's gonna be up pretty soon. The shit is fresh. So if you need a banner, he likes doing them apparently because he just hooked me up. I asked him, he said yeah, and it looks good, man. You guys are gonna like it. So once it goes up, I'll do a bit of announcement or leave a note on my channel or something that check out my new banner. But back to the commentary. Here I thought about doing this DeAndre Jordan and DeJuan Summers. But if you take a look at DeAndre Jordan's contract, it is outrageous for a dude that can do nothing but dunk and grab the occasional rebound. He gets paid like a franchise center, which is just it's crazy. And then you have to blame I believe it was Golden State that cleared cap space and offered him the maximum contract he could receive, only for the Clippers to kind of panic and and match it, which is unfortunate for them because now they're stuck with that contract. Nobody's taking that. But here it is right here. I actually went to Indiana to see what they wanted for Roy Hibbert, and it turned out to be not very much at all. Vince Carter and Chris Kaman, they're also offering me Lance Stevenson, a young budding defensive stopper. I had to go get it, man. I didn't want to go through and add no draft picks, nothing. I had to accept it. That deal is cheese. But doing that, I get a young center, easily a top 5 center in the league because there's a dearth of good centers right now. Then I get a young guard in Lance Stevenson who really came into his own in real life this year and who should do the same for my team. Plays great defense, great athleticism. He was actually a highly touted prospect coming out of high school, but he struggled at Louisville to adapt to Rick Pitino's system, and he really didn't need to declare for the draft after his freshman year, but he did anyway. But under Frank Vogel, he is doing a great job. As you see, I accepted the deal, and that's what's up. But we're not done yet. I'm looking for more trade finder. I still got to get rid of Sean Marion, because that contract is too much. But look at that team. Now you have Dirk Nowitzki to go along with Roy Hibbert. OJ Mayo's in the squad as well. Darren Collison and Sean Marion's around, but we're not keeping him. Anthony Morrow. This was just a cap, just a salary cap dump. I found the first team that offered me a pick. In this case, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers. And since they're not good anyway, I went ahead and traded them for a second rounder because chances are it'll be an early second, which is kind of like a late first. So if anybody falls in the draft, I'll definitely go ahead and move on them with that pick, or I can use it as an asset because it'll be valued as a high second round or as a high or I'm sorry, as a low first rounder. So it's not exactly a bad deal getting rid of a sharpshooter like Morrow when I don't really need him. If it was my team, he would stay on the squad, but he makes way too much money to be on our team. So I went ahead and dealt him. Now it's Sean Marion's turn to go. We got to find a taker, somebody who's going to give us some kind of asset back, a draft pick or some cap space or some young talent, anything. And I'm looking around, and I'm not really getting the offers I want. Alfred Camino was probably one of the better deals just because he would give me the best chance to clear the cap space. If I can get a first round pick out of the deal, then that probably would have worked. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm watching this all back, I apologize. I got an absolute steal for this draft for Sean Marion. I went ahead and I said, you know what, forget it. I don't want a Minu. Let me get some young talent and some help at some positions out. I just traded Vince Carter. I did pick up this Lance Stevenson, but I went ahead and made an offer to get Austin Rivers, who actually struggled in real life as a rookie, but who was damn good on this game. For some reason, 2K decided not to update his statistics. So I said, screw it. And I added Grievous Vasquez, a very, very, very underrated player. You asked D. Coop, he's in the description as well. Big Pelicans / Hornets fan. He knows how good he is as well. Let me know in the comment section what you think of what I've done so far. Would you agree with the trade I made to get Roy Hibbert? What do you think about just dumping off that $4 million contract on the Cavs? I thought I kind of pulled a heist on him. Just got a good draft pick for a guy who's going to just eat up cap space and take a bunch of threes. But yeah, I'm looking to wheel and deal in the near future as well. If you have anybody else you want to suggest, you guys were great with all the responses and feedback in the first video, and I really considered going after that Chandler Parsons deal, but I couldn't pass up on getting a franchise big man. So now I'm going after just some talent and some salary cap space. So I'm offering Sean Marion up. I don't want to get rid of Beaubois because he's actually pretty decent, but I wouldn't mind getting rid of him. He's not necessarily worth. As you see, the trade went through. He's not necessarily worth, all the hoopla he received early on in his career. So I just flipped a big contract in Sean Marion and kind of an overrated player in Roddy Beaubois for Grievous Vasquez, a vastly underrated point guard, and Austin Rivers. So as you can see, I'm going to show you my lineup now, or my roster. Right now we're looking pretty good. We got Darren Collison, OJ Mayo. Lance Stevenson at the 3 is a bit undersized, so I decided to go and make an addition to my squad. Stay tuned. You'll see that in just a moment. But you see we have Dirk and then Roy Hibbert, so a very formidable team. The starting lineup is very good. Elton Brand coming off the bench. We've got who else? We've got Grievous Vasquez, Austin Rivers. Brandon Knight provides length. Rivers has a jump shot that I'm very familiar with since he's on my team videos. He's really good. Jake Crowder, Cunningham, who's not good. I don't think I'm going to use Jake Crowder or Cunningham very much at all this season. If there was a D-League option in 2K, I would definitely send those guys down because they definitely don't deserve to be sitting on the bench. But we've got so much talent, there's really not much room for them. So I don't know. I like the way this team is formed right now. We do need a little bit more length and veteran leadership at the 3 spot since Sean Marion's gone. So what I chose to do, I went in back to the general manager options and went to free agency. And look who I'm going after. Captain Jack. If you saw my last video, I considered signing him, through the door. just to have some more help on my team. But he's going to bring some veteran leadership, some great shooting, and he's very cheap. Look at that, a 1-year deal, $2.7 million. He's going to be my starter at small forward. So look at that lineup. Final lineup going into the regular season: Darren Collison, Mayo, Captain Jack, Dirk, and Roy Hibbert. So we got some pretty good defenders, some good shooters, and a couple guys who can create off the dribble and get their own shot in Dirk, Roy Hibbert, and Steven Jackson. So I'm looking forward to it. Elton Brand's going to give us some defense, some leadership, and he's got a decent post game off the bench as well. Grievous Vasquez will come in and run the second unit. Austin Rivers will come in and provide some youth, some potential as well. So I'm looking forward to it. This team is definitely shaping up to be pretty good. And I think in a matter of 2 episodes, I've already rebuilt this team, not to the status of contender, but at least we're going to be, making enough moves to go after a playoff spot this year. Dallas, with the team that they currently have in real life, they actually were, in the hunt until the very last week of the season. So with my help, they'll definitely, exceed those expectations and get to the playoffs. Hopefully, we're playing on Hall of Fame. So I don't know. But as you can see, I'm getting ready to start our season up. This video is coming to a close. Next video will be my first game. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do the game schedule, whether I'm going to play them all or just, important matchups like this one here against LA, against Kobe, my favorite team. But be sure to leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for the support. But this is I pull up to the house. I'm going to get up out of here, all right? Peace.